How do you do? No, I mean it. How are you? How are you exactly? Take a moment. Maybe it's been a while since anybody asked you that question. But it's profoundly important to know exactly how you feel. It can be a matter of survival. And knowing how you feel is a sensation. It's a feeling, but it's a sensation too. Those two are so entangled that they can't be separated. Every time you feel something, you will have a sensation about it. Every time you sense something, there'll be an associated feeling. So when I ask you, how are you exactly, I don't expect the full story verbally, because it will escape words. Only you can tell me how exactly you feel. I can't measure it from outside. But you can't tell me because it will escape words. So let's try something else. Please rise. Smile, breathe, and turn to the person next to you and shake their hand. Yes, that's a perfect shake. Nothing wrong with that, except now we'll try it a little different. Keep your touch and lower the hand a little bit. Relax the arm. Relax the chest, the lower back, buttocks, thighs, knees, all the way down to the feet, so the energy can pass through. Now we can start communicating from the palm of our hands. And please notice that we are creating a positive feedback loop. The more you open up and sense, the more you will encourage the person in front of you to do the same and vice versa. You are engaging in a conversation on a deep level. You may also notice the awkwardness of the situation. You're having a conversation on a deep level with a complete stranger. I'm having one with the thin air. That's kind of awkward too. But don't worry, in a little while it will be slightly more awkward, because now we will add eye contact. Yes, look deeply into each other's eyes. Don't stop at the eyelid. Sink into this person. And now maybe we can answer the question, how are you exactly? Enjoy this for a moment. Let go of the hand. Smile, breathe, hug, exchange phone numbers or whatever. Sit down. Imagine a world where you don't have to ask, how are you exactly? Because you would already know. You would know from the tone of their voice, the look in their eyes, or you would just simply know by intuition. In this kind of world, you would have, of course, less misunderstandings. All little issues would be detected on an early stage and solved. Consequently, you would have less conflicts, divorces, wars, illnesses, because all things would be addressed adequately in an early stage. So that might be one reason to pay attention to the language of sensation and start optimizing your sensory apparatus. Might give you less pain, less problems, possibly more pleasure. What else? What if I extend the question, how are you, to who are you? Or rather, what are you? How can we answer that? If I look in the mirror, will that show me the true me? Not likely. My eyes can only absorb a certain amount of light frequencies, and my mirror image would not justify the true me. So what about my body? Am I not my body? Not likely. The body changes all the time. Cells come and go. The body I have now is completely different from the one I had 20 years ago. Believe me, it's completely different. So what if I take all the rest that I identify myself with, my name, my occupation, my clothes? Would there be anything left? Is there true me? I think most of us here agree that there is something behind everything that we identify with, right? There's somebody living our life. An awareness, at least. And this awareness is a sensation. So that could be another reason to engage in the language of sensation. it would broaden your understanding about your true nature. And about reality, because reality is a sensation too. When I look at you up there, I don't actually see you up there. I see you down here, on the screen of my senses. I interpret that pool of moving energy and create something I can understand with my senses. You are my creation right now. So your level of reality will be proportional to your level of perception. The more detailed and refined you can sense, the more detailed and refined the reality you have access to will be. Right? And the good news is the senses can be trained. Environment of creativity, improvisation, and playfulness, just as we see it in the wild nature. Animals, they train their senses all day long. But senses are not muscles. If you work a muscle hard, it will grow stronger. If you work your senses hard, they will get weaker. You can train muscles one by one, but senses are better trained in a combination. So again, we have to comply to the language of sensation in order to make friends with our senses. And one thing senses love, that's movement. Movement of sound, feeling, and body, all at the same time. This is found in nature too. That's how animals interact. Because animals have their feelings and senses so integrated in their activities, they will avoid activities that seem irrelevant to them. So, unlike some other species we could think of, tigers and animals in general, they try to avoid irrelevance and stupidity. And that might be the reason why, I guess, we rarely, if ever, see a tiger do push-ups. You seen it? Even though it needs strong front legs. But this movement is simply irrelevant to a tiger's life. And for a tiger to invest time and energy in something without relevance would mean taking time out of something of more importance, and it won't afford that. So what can a tiger do to be the perfect tiger? It needs a variety of very complex moves, but these moves are all found in its daily life. So the best way for a tiger to exercise tigery is to be a tiger as much as it can. And as we can observe, this involves a lot of sleeping, enjoying life, and playing with your kids. Doesn't seem to be a bad life. And when it does occasionally exercise, it makes only 3 things. By the way, the same 3 things that all animals, to my knowledge at least, will do. And that is yawning, stretching with an internal twist, and shaking. All animals, I can't prove this, I think all animals do this, but sometimes it goes so fast that you won't see it, because it only takes seconds for animals to do their exercises. Right? We do it too, actually. In the morning when we wake up, you don't even think about it. Yawning, stretching, shaking. And that was sound, feeling, and physical movement. That merge happens all the time. So imagine a world where you'd only have to train a few seconds every day. And that's possible, provided the rest of the day is a merge of sound, feeling, and physical movement. It can be done, all animals do it. Sensory training applies to learning as well. That's probably the most interesting aspect in this context, because learning can only take place through the senses, right? It's by far the most important ingredient in the learning process, a fact that maybe hasn't reached schools yet, but nonetheless a fact. And we are all born with a sensory system that is magnetic by nature. It will effortlessly and naturally suck out information of our environment and turn it into learning. It's no hard work for a newborn baby to learn. And mind you, they learn very fast. But when you gradually lose this innate learning ability, you will have to rely on hard work, concentration, focus. Same things will have to be repeated over and over in order for you to not forget. Does that sound familiar? But our innate learning possibilities and capacity can be reclaimed. We can all learn to learn again by means of sound, feeling, and physical movement. But like I say, it's difficult to explain. It escapes words. So I thought I'd show you one more example that might show a little bit of the progression. Would you like that? Should we? I thought we'd sing a song together. Is that okay? I thought we'd sing Happy Birthday. It had to be a song that everybody knows, and also the foreign viewers. You all know that one, right? Okay, let's sing it. To you, happy birthday. Thank you, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how we usually hear it. But suppose we put a little bit of tiger relevance into it. Make it mean something. What is this song? To many people, it's the first song that I ever sung to them. The midwife sang it to our daughter's birth. Her first birthday, right? It's sung all over the world. And to many people, it's the last song that is being sung to them. To some people, it's the only song that is ever being sung to them. This song acknowledges that we lived one more year. So I guess in a way you can say it's a celebration of life. Should we sing it that way? As a celebration of life, please rise. And your tone will be here. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Excellent. You noticed I inserted a little extra beat there in the end to make it sound good? That was perfect. That was the sound of relevance. Now stay up there, because now we will add movement. Remember? Sound, movement, don't sit down. So before you followed me, now I would like you all to follow each other. We will all conduct big passionate moves. Is that okay? You have to step out a little bit of your comfort zone. Hope that's okay. You will feel good afterwards. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Good, 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 good. Now we need the feeling, right? So now we take all these wonderful big moves and make them smaller and smaller. Concentrate them into our heart. Right. Take a moment and feel the heart being filled up with movement and music and love. And now we will sing it from the heart. From heart to heart. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy it for a moment. Stand there and sit down. Thank you. Think about it next time you sing happy birthday to somebody. There's nothing wrong in how you're used to singing it, but you have a choice. You can sing it from the heart. And I must admit there was one more reason why I chose this song. Actually, right now, I turn 52, so it is my birthday. And I must admit, I never heard that song better. Think about it next time you shake hands with somebody. There's nothing wrong in shaking hands, but you have a choice. You can establish a positive feedback loop and engage in a conversation on a deep level. And think about it next time you play with your kids. Sing, dance, fight with them, but use the merge of sound, feeling, and physical movement. Then you will train their senses and optimize their learning ability. The world needs sharpened senses and a reclaimed learning capacity, I think. And I hope I inspired you a little bit to do some investigation of your own into what I call the language of sensation, which is also the language of life. I hope you will help me spread the word, or rather, the sensation. Thank you. Good luck out there.